Welcome to episode 1 of Unbiased, part of the Fandom United Network, where we take what's going on in sports and come with a logical, realistic conclusion while we try to take our own personal opinion out of the equation. I'm John Ashley Owens. We have Troy Rhodes Jr. with us. What's up, Troy?
What up, bro?
What's up? What's up? Man, it's that time of the year. Super Bowl.
Yep, it's always bittersweet. The end of a good season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's funny that our first episode of Unbiased, and it's the team that I'm rooting for.
that's that's ironic, right?
Yeah. So call me out as we go through this. Call me out if I'm not on my P's and Q's.
I will. I'll definitely call you out.
My first question is, what's your perception of the 49ers?
That's rough. I mean, they got a ton of weapons. Defense was solid early in the year. Hasn't been as solid as of late. Kind of shown some vulnerabilities in the secondary. Offense, they got all the weapons. You just never know what you'll get from Brock Purdy, though. That's gonna be the key what he can do for him. What you think?
And could be a tough assignment. The front seven is dope. They have really two good linebackers. I'm not really worried about that. Oh, there we go again. Shoot, I'm already. Their secondary could be a little bit suspect.
Yeah.
Probably top to bottom on offense, including offensive line, they probably have the best. But the one thing with their weapons, can they stay healthy? Kerry Kittle's toe is already messed up. We already know Debo's shoulder is a little jacked. But also, can you completely trust Brock Purdy?
For sure. Yeah, that's gonna be the key. That's the key. Gonna be, Brock Purdy. He kind of the past few games, he kind of got off to a slow start against Green Bay, slow start against Detroit. He was great in the second half against Detroit, but I think against Kansas City, I mean, he may have to be special the whole game. That defense looked good.
I know we're gonna get to the predictions later, but oh man, here comes a little bias part of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a Chiefs fan, born and raised in St. Louis. Though. That means we have the Rams here. This slightly gives me a feel of a little Bradyism in them when the Rams face the Patriots for the first time in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So that gives me a little worriedness. But other than that, I think it's gonna be a good game. All right, now let's go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's 15. You know what I'm saying? 15 is special. They go as he go. It's crazy because I would never have thought, watching the Chiefs run this past 4 or 5 years that it'd be the defense. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
defense, I think, is responsible, a huge part of why they're in the Super Bowl. I think that the defense has been great. Spags got them playing great. I remember last year, the year before last, when the Chiefs defense was the laughing stock of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the secondary playing lockdown. Again, it's just, I mean, I think that the defense did their job. The Chiefs gonna be straight. You obviously know what the offense, you know what Kelsey gonna do. When the lights on, he performed. Rasheed Rice been playing great. Valdez Scanlon finally figured out how to catch the football. And yeah, I mean, they go as 15 go.
Oh yeah, that's the truth, man. Number one, the defense has been so underrated for the whole year. I I posted that video before the AFC Championship game. Had a bunch of views on it. Probably most views I've ever done singularly by myself. Had over 700 views of that joint. By just watching the team and seeing how that defense performed all year long. I mean, from top to bottom, they were
Yeah.
deep in every position. Man, shouts out. Most underrated person on that defense that nobody talks about is probably Justin Reed.
Oh, for sure.
Period.
Yeah.
Safety, he makes big plays. He has a bunch of sacks. He's not too bad in coverage as well.
Yeah.
Man, but here we go. I was in Kansas City for Christmas, chilling with the family. Me and my wife, we made breakfast, pancakes, eggs, waffles, sausage, had the drinks flowing, about to make this dope brunch. And to see that team, the way they played against the Raiders that game,
Yeah.
and the silence from my whole family as we just sitting there watching this debacle happen. Everybody let their venom out. But they said, know what? We just got to win one game to get in the playoffs. And I think that was the game that turned everything around for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Raiders game, yeah, that was bad. I lost some money on that game.
I think we all lost some money in the game, which is crazy to me. I still don't understand why they're not favored yet. That makes me a little suspicious.
The big money, man. The big sharp money is coming in on 49ers.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of sharp money on the Niners. Kansas City's the fan favorite, though. Obviously, Kelsey and all that stuff. You get a lot of casual bettors like Kansas City, but the sharp money, they love the 49ers.
You think they're betting big on them right now, or
yeah, there's a lot of big money on the 49ers.
Is it? It's probably not as much money line. It's just probably more the spread.
Yeah, a lot of people on the spread. I mean, especially you got a team coming from California, so you got a lot of Cali fans coming out in Vegas putting big money on them.
But it's crazy though. I was listening to a couple of videos and they were talking about how technically I've been to a Chiefs game in Las Vegas. I could say that's really Chiefs country and not Raiders nation. but that's bias. That's bias. Yeah. I know you're about to call me out on my stuff. It's all good.
I was gonna say, that's as biased as you can get. Raider fans are crazy.
But speaking of Raiders fans though, they don't like the Niners. The majority of Raider fans are still love Oakland. They're Oakland bound.
Yep.
So literally, I heard some Raiders fans saying, "There's no way in hell I could cheer for the Niners."
So y'all cheer for the Chiefs.
They say a push. They want to push.
I heard the other night though. I heard that it was a ton of 49er fans for the opening night. Interviews and stuff. They said every time Chiefs players would talk, 49ers fans were loud booing. They said it was real loud. Yeah. A lot of 49ers fans was out there. So hopefully Chiefs fans get on them flights, making their way out to Vegas.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Mahomes just did an interview this past Wednesday, and he said that he's not used to it, but it's all about winning. And it kind of seems like he's kind of relishing in it a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. He been relishing it for the last few weeks, like being able to kind of be the villain. You know what I'm saying? Going into Baltimore, going into Buffalo, kind of getting played that villain role. I feel like he's been enjoying that.
And I think Kelsey he's just vibing this out. He's just vibing this out. But right. All right, we're gonna go to the individual matchups. Who is better? We're gonna start with the quarterback.
I mean, 15. Like, come on, 15. One guy's one of the best. The other guy's a game manager.
Yeah. So we in agreement there.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's time out before we go through this list.
Okay.
You said we in agreement there. I just want to make sure now. You ain't gonna be biased when you go through this list and go pick Kansas City for every side.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, but 15, right, Patrick Mahomes. He's moving up on that GOAT status.
For sure.
All right, wide receivers and tight ends.
I gotta go 49ers. I gotta go 49ers there. Yeah, I just think that they got the full collection. Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. I got to take them over Kansas City.
I'm going to go with the 49ers too.
Okay.
The fullback, Jawowski, he's a fullback, but he's more of a tight end. He can catch, he can run.
For sure.
A hell of a blocker. Chiefs, hopefully they found something. Can they go long to Justin Watson in VS? Can he put 3 good games in a row?
Yep.
And the other thing is for me is, can Debo last the whole game?
He gonna be straight, man. He gonna be on his short all. He gonna be ready to go, man.
Yeah. All right.
That's what y'all got to worry about.
Running backs.
49ers. let's come on, man. Christian McCaffrey, CMC. He actually the one reason I would really like the person on 49ers. I would really be happy to see win it all. Like seeing Christian McCaffrey win it all. I mean, the dude just a worker, man. He's a warrior. So I like Pacheco. He's a great young back. I love the way he run the ball, run with purpose, run violent. But I gotta get a nod to Christian McCaffrey, man. I gotta give a nod to him on that one.
Okay. I'm going to give the nod to the 49ers.
All right.
I'm going to
Good job. Good job.
he's
I'm proud of you.
he's a beast. If they stick to the run, he can make a difference because the Chiefs are missing Charles Minihue on the line. He's a good run stopper.
Mm-hmm.
So they're missing their other D lineman as well. So we can see Mitchell for the 49ers is underrated too. He don't get as much props as he
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, I like him. They use him a lot in the soup game. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
With Checo, that's my boy. He runs hard. He runs like Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Slow down.
Dude, yeah.
He been kicking those little legs like this,
He
bro.
run
I
violent,
mean,
man.
oh man.
He
And
run
Clyde
violent.
Edwards-Helaire, he's been a suitable second back. So, but I still gotta give the Niners their props.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Super Bowl, man. The Super Bowl and the money on the line, guys like Hilaire, those guys, I mean, it's just you'll see they carry to be, you gotta go with your guy. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no tomorrow practice, ain't no film. This is it. So I think you got, I see Pacheco probably getting 90-95% of the work
Yeah.
in the field for sure.
All right. Offensive line.
Oh, 49ers. Yes, 49ers. Yeah. Yeah, Chiefs offensive line is probably where one of their holes is at. I mean, they got their left tackle who get a ton of false starts, the young guy. He kind of been better in the playoffs, but they weren't very good in the regular season. I mean, it's a guy that played left tackle for the 49ers that,
Trent Williams.
will go down as one of the greatest ever. So
Yeah,
when
he's a Hall of
you use
Fame.
Big Trent,
Yeah.
I gotta get a nod to the 49ers there.
I'm
Especially with the injury before on the Chiefs.
yeah, Joe Tooney.
Chiefs got that injury, so that that could hurt them there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go push.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know push was an option. I thought we was it
I'm gonna
was
go.
one
I'm
or
gonna
the
go
other.
push.
We can just give out ties now.
The way this
Okay.
offensive line has been stepping up in the playoffs.
No
Yeah,
Tooney. No Tooney now. They said Tooney won't be playing most likely.
I know, but the substitution that he's been doing pretty good. He's been doing well. He's
Okay.
been amped. They've been focused. I'm gonna say push because I mean Trent Williams is a beast, but we're gonna get into the defense soon. But the defense, they move those players around. So
Okay.
speaking of defenses, you gonna take the 49ers defense or the Chiefs defense?
As a whole, I gotta go Chiefs. Yeah, I gotta go Chiefs.
All
Yep.
right. We can break it down each section if we
No,
need to.
I'll give Chiefs. I'll
Okay.
say that. I do think that it'll be a push on the D line with Bosa and whenever Chase Young decide he want to play, which I think he will in this game. I think obviously we know the Chiefs D line with Chris Jones in the middle, what they got there. So I think the D line would have been a push. We won't even debate the linebacking core with Fred Warner and them boys for the 49ers. And then secondary, I mean it's very close with your Davis Ward, and Skeet, obviously, I think I would probably go ahead and give it to the Chiefs there. But yeah, the defense is close, but as a whole, I got to give it to Kansas City as the whole unit. It's some stuff that got me concerned about the 49ers on that back end, what I saw Jordan Love do to him.
Mhm.
Just kind of, I think that could be trouble.
Yeah. I'm going with the Chiefs defense as a whole as well. Actually, I think the Chiefs linebacking core is definitely underrated.
Okay. Oh.
They're definitely underrated. They've been making plays. They've stepped up. I still don't know why Baltimore didn't run the ball more, but they did step up and stop that run a little bit. But yeah, yeah. And then actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the Chiefs secondary all the props, man. They've been playing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that what Snead did last week. I mean against Baltimore, that turnover. That's probably been one of those plays I've seen in a while.
I do think they're gonna be challenged a little more in the Super Bowl. I mean, Ravens ain't really they not a throw it around the yard type of team.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, they did it a little bit, but I think this is gonna be a true test when you got what 49ers got. You got a play caller and Kyle Shanahan who can dial it up. You got Kittle, you got Ayuk, you got Debo, I'm saying? They run a lot of motion stuff. I do think this could be a big, big test for Spags and their defense.
Mhm.
that they really haven't seen.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the 49ers are going to do something different than other teams have tried to do and
Yeah,
literally just throw at them. If they're
yeah,
going to get these holding penalties, I mean, they're only 5 yards, but still continuously move the ball. Ayuk, he's a playmaker. Like, I'm going to say this, he might be a better playmaker than Debo.
uh,
I think Debo can go long like Ayuk can,
yeah. Debo can just kill you though. I mean, he could do so much.
strong and fast.
Play
Yeah.
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The problem he creates so many matchup nightmares, which is why I'm really curious about the game
Mm-hmm.
to see. Like
You
I know
keep
the Chiefs
Snead on.
they don't really move Snead. Like he stay where at.
Mm-hmm.
He don't really follow guys, and if he did, he probably follow Ayuk. So I'm just curious how they go match up with Debo, and I think Shanahan go dial some stuff up to kind of
Yeah.
force some of them safeties and them linebackers getting some bad matchups with Debo. I'm really curious to see how that works because you also got to worry about McCaffrey, who they bring him out of the backfield a lot too. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good game of chess between Shanahan and Spags to see what they bring over from when they played each other a few years back in the Super Bowl and how they make the adjustments. It's gonna be a good one.
Well, we'll skip special teams and just go straight to coaching since you already mentioned it. You got
Yeah.
Andy Reid, you got Spags, you got Shanahan, and who's it? Wilkes? Who's 49ers?
Yeah, I think Wolf's got the job.
Yeah.
Yep, Wolf's got the job.
Who's got the edge in coaching?
Ooh, man. I think I'll have to go push, man.
Oh man, push.
I gotta go push, man. It's hard to give a nod to either. I mean, I think Shanahan can dial it up. I mean, Spags obviously doing a hell of a job as a DC. We know what Andy Reid brings to the table. I think I gotta go push.
I'm with Shanahan. I'm gonna be honest. I know he wasn't the head coach, but I keep that 28-3 in my head.
Yeah, yeah,
28-3.
yeah,
I think that was probably my early days of laying a few bets, man. By halftime, I was celebrating.
yeah.
By the end of the game, I was suffering.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's one that probably leave a sour taste in his mouth too. I think that he was the OC, which they obviously should have been running the ball. I think he kind of just got too cute, as we see with a lot of these young offensive minds, Mike McDaniel's, him, Sean McVay, some of these guys, they just they want to be the smartest guy in the room, and they just overthink it. And that is one that stings, but I think Shanahan learned a lot since then. He's a lot more mature. I like.
I'm leaning more towards the Chiefs coaching, not only because of Spags, but how the offense changed. How I mean, they talk about Purdy being the game manager. I mean, you have probably they call Mahomes sometimes the baby goat. You got the baby goat being a game manager and seeing what the game is giving them and doing that and sticking to that.
Yeah.
I have to. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Okay. We'll revisit that.
All right, let's go to special teams. I know people don't think kicking is important
Yeah.
or kickers aren't important, but this could. I mean, it's in the dome, so
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously I gotta go Chiefs. Buckhurst, he's second best. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the last, you know, 5 to 7 years, Bucker's been one of the best after
you
Tucker. So yeah, for
so
sure.
you still take Tucker. I know. I
Yeah, I
know
take
that's
Tucker over
been in the news
anybody.
big.
Yeah, it's the greatest I've
Okay.
ever seen play the position of Tucker. So
Mhm. The Chiefs punter, he hasn't been.
yeah, he been dicey.
He's been dicey. It's
Yeah.
been some punts, even in some good weather, where and that thing was going 30, maybe 40 yards. So
Yeah.
if this is a possession game, that bothers me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here comes the fun part. What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go Chiefs. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs. I'm gonna say I gotta give a point. I would probably say Chiefs 27-21. Yeah, I would say Chiefs 27-21. What you got?
So initially, when the Chiefs played Baltimore, I said 27-24, and
Okay.
it didn't get that close at all. Not that close, not that much scoring as well. You said 27-24.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning 17-27. 10 point win for the Chiefs. I think they take an early lead and they don't relinquish it. I think it's now gonna be a lot of fireworks. I think if they get ahead, they're gonna slap puppy down, let the defense do what it do.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, yeah, we both got Chiefs winning. I think it's gonna be a little more points than usual, but
see, made through this whole prediction. We didn't mention Taylor Swift. We didn't mention any drama. Just straight sports, staying unbiased about it. Man, don't let those people live, man. And stop bothering them. That's the news, that's
so
the media, that's fans, man. Shoot. Man. It's like, man, they just trying to live and love each other. And the fact that people are like hating on them, yeah, I'm being biased right now. That people are hating on them because they out here living their life, man.
Yeah, man. I just think that you gotta let people private life, man, let it stay private.
Yeah, and
stay out of that stuff.
Yeah, if you listen to any of Kelsey's interviews, he's trying to keep that stuff private, man. No questions about Taylor, man. He be making them swift.
Yeah,
them joints be going quick. Oh man. All right, so this has been Unbiased. We still gonna keep it going though, because we didn't have any differences.
Yeah, we I took it easy on you. I took it easy.
He did take me. Yo, y'all should hear me and Troy talk about sports. So hopefully this is not gonna be the last one. So since we got a little bit of time, I'm gonna do some NBA quick hits. The first one, Embiid injury in a 65 game minimum. What's your take?
I think that 65 game minimum, I got no problem with it. I think the players brought that on themselves. Like when you could blame Ben Simmons, Kawhi, you could blame those guys for the 65 game minimum. As far as Embiid goes, I mean, it's unfortunate. I feel like it's a freak accident. Guy fall down on his knee. I also think it sucks because with the 65 game minimum, you got guys forcing his way back into, you know what I'm saying, playing faster than what he should have. He probably should have not been playing that game, but he rushing back because all these guys are, they know that these these awards, these individual awards are tied to the 65 game minimum. And I just think that's where it's a slippery slope, man. Because your money's tied to that. You know what I'm saying? You get a guy like Halliburton who, rushed back from an injury because if he makes all NBA, he gets 40 million, So like it sucks, but I mean the NBA had to do it. It was no way around it. It was just getting too crazy with guys just sitting way too much,
Later on, we should go deep into that because I think the 65 game minimum, like I say, we agree on that. I don't think we're going to agree on that. I believe that the players brought it on to themselves with them missing games. I mean, we don't, us here in St. Louis, we don't have a team, but we follow it. But those people in those cities, they're paying their money, and then you don't see the players that they want to see, especially when they come in town. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think maybe first team or second team you should be eligible for, but maybe third team. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Man, for Embiid, it sucks, man. The points that he was putting up this year has just been crazy. But man, I wish he would stop diving on the floor.
Yeah.
Some of these injuries, man, he be putting it on themselves. I mean, I get he's going hard, but man, you don't see some of these superstars unless it's an open court dive on the floor. Like you can't do that, dog. You 7 feet
why you
tall.
diving?
You can't do that.
Diving on the floor like that.
All right. It's crazy, man. All right, Doc Rivers and the Bucks.
It's not off to a good start. It's not off to a good start. I feel like Doc Rivers, man, he got to find a way to right the ship. I kind of feel like it was kind of jacked up as it is, like how he got the job. He came on as a consultant with the Bucks, and then next thing you know, the coach getting fired, he taking over, just falling into what people thought would be like a perfect job, Giannis and Dame. And I mean, they 1-4, they blown 3 double-digit leads. It's just not off to a good start. I mean, I don't know how much time we have on this topic, but this may be one we circle back on because a rant I can go on about Doc Rivers that I would love to someday.
We'll bring that when we do the platform, yo. We gonna so you can be a little biased, but we're gonna put a little time limit on that biasness. But that part, man, we're agreeing a little bit more on this. I think is kind of iffy. Man, Giannis' body language, man, is a little bit different this year. I don't know what's going on in his head, but he doesn't seem like the same fun-loving guy that we normally see. He's always been intense, but the
Yep.
way of his body language and the way you can see him acting on sideline and with his teammates, it just doesn't seem like he all the way there. I don't know.
Yep.
And dog, pick and roll, and give the ball to Dame in the
Dang.
fourth.
Him and Dang, yeah, they don't do no pick and roll with him and
That's
it's
crazy to me. That's
nuts.
crazy to me. Like, dog, you're not a guard. You don't have a consistent jumper.
Yeah.
But all right, that's like you said, we can get on that another topic.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna talk on Doc. We're gonna talk on Doc. I just feel like I just want to address him at some point. Some
New,
job this guy.
yeah. New York Knicks.
Hey, my boy Stephen A. say orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. Hey, they playing good, man. They playing good basketball. I mean, I'm not a Knicks fan, but like all is right in the world when the Knicks is competitive. You know, as a sports fan, when the New York Knicks are good, it's just good. You know,
Yeah.
they playing good. Tibbs got him playing good. He just can't burn them out. Tibbs had his a path of like burning players out. But as long as they, them guys stay healthy, don't get those nagging injuries like you see now with Julius Randle, the Knicks gonna be straight. They can make some noise in the East. I mean, that East is other than Celtics, the East is wide open, I think.
It's very much gettable. I've
Yeah,
never been a Knicks fan. I never cheered against them, but I never cheered for
yeah,
them. So,
for
like you
sure.
said, all good in the world when the Knicks are on TV and when they winning. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the Mecca, man. When Knicks is good, it's fun. It's fun for basketball.
here we go with another quickie. Speaking of the Knicks, CAA, what about LeBron and the Lakers?
Ooh, it's tough on me. Gotta stay unbiased. Nah, man. I mean, it's rough, man. When Lakers is gonna be, they got to make a move. I think sometime tomorrow, trade deadline tomorrow afternoon, they got to make a move. They don't have enough. LeBron, he getting up in age. Got to maximize his opportunities when he can. AD's playing great, which is good, but they I think they still need to add something. I'm not quite sure what they need to add something. They played great the other night. They played against the Knicks. They was great defensively. D'Angelo Russell played well, which is supposed to be their third piece. But I still think they need to add one more. They need to add one more wing to really give themselves a chance this year. I think next year they're gonna be straight. This summer they're gonna have money, but I think this year they gotta add a piece.
I'm gonna let y'all know ahead of time. I'm not a Lakers fan. Never been a Lakers fan. We'll get into that deeper. I don't cheer against LeBron, but he's not my favorite player. But I respect his game.
Let's definitely do
We can talk about that part later as well.
it.
But the news came out that uh, Miles Bridges, that plays for Charlotte, might be
Yeah,
going to Phoenix. He's a clutch client.
yeah,
If you waive his bird rights, he might be a perfect fit for the Lakers. Mark my words. If he's not in Phoenix and they trade him, he's probably going to be a Laker. I'm
yeah,
calling it.
yeah. It's some rumblings. It's some rumblings going on. Some rumblings going on about that.
He'll be a perfect fit for the Lakers.
Yeah,
And
it would be.
they probably won't have to give up too much to get him either. So
No, it'd be perfect. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Brian Windhorst, but I just try to look at the landscape to see what's out there and the trade that might make sense for the Lakers. All right, here's my last thing for the craziest thing I've heard and seen. Number 5 is Ayton a max player.
DeAndre Ayton.
Will
Yes.
it be a max pay? Even after this deal, will it be a max player?
After this deal, I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, right now, you hear people argue all the time. And this is another thing I could rant for days about. People like to say, a guy max player. If your team gives you max money, you're a max player. Right now, DeAndre Ayton is a max player. After this deal, I don't know. I just think that the game is changing. So like you see every contracts is always getting less and less for big men. They just don't get those max deals like they used to anymore. So I can see him his next deal not being a max guy.
DeAndre Ayton, max deal, more like Cinemax.
That's
I
hate.
just, yeah,
We're
that is a
allowing,
little hate.
we're allowing hate on this show.
Oh, just okay. That was a little
Hate
biased. I
allowed.
apologize. That was very much biased. Just looking at number 1 draft pick and some of the things that he said when he got drafted, like he was just looking for this max deal. Like, does he really like ball?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just seeing what I'm seeing, and the stat lines are crazy, not good. He should be balling out in Portland.
Yeah, it's hard though. It's a hard spot for him. You got a lot of guys like get shots up, Anthony Simons, some of these other guys. It's just not really. And the way Chauncey want to play, it's not really suitable for a guy like Aiden. They're not gonna really. It was the same problem he ran into in Phoenix. These guys don't want to throw the ball into him and let him, go to work. It's just, it's just not really the right fit for him. I don't think. But
All right, Troy. You got any shouts out? You want anybody to follow you?
yeah, always me, man. Follow me, Troy Rhodes Jr. on all social media platforms. And yeah, I'm always up for a good LeBron Jordan debate. Those are my favorite. I'm always good for a Mahomes Brady debate. So as we get this show going, next time I go a little harder on John, it won't be so nice.
Well, I'm hoping I can see you this weekend for the Super Bowl. You can
Yes,
follow me at the John Ashley on Instagram and on Twitter or X. Your mama called you Twitter, I'm gonna call you Twitter. As well as you can follow as UnBiased on X as well. That's un_bias_fun fan. And then you can also follow Fandom United on all platforms. Well, thank you for listening and watching UnBiased, produced by Aaron Markham, powered by the Film Perspective and Lifestyle LLC, executive produced by Othello Lofton. If I coming in clear, Troy, thank you for showing up and showing out. Till next time, peace.